KDB. KDB. KDB.
And then we got the tournament. Okay, that's what this thing's all about. So let's not waste each other's time here, because we don't have a lot of time doing the hard stuff that we need to do to get to where we want to go. Charlie fuck around, he don't work here, okay? High school Harry, get his ass out the fucking door, all right? This is about winning. It's about winning the world championship, period. Period, that's all that matters. Going to playoffs ain't good enough. Having a winning season, not good enough. Getting in a championship game, not good enough, okay? Because it takes everybody. You may be tired of hearing this. I've been part of one championship team. I've stood in front of one championship team. It took 77 men to win a world championship. And that's just the way this thing goes. And once you hold that fucking trophy up, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's fucking heavier than you think it is. Yes! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
Beats Planet.
And
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
well, you know how them skeptics do. All of a sudden, Jordan Love's a goddamn all-pro quarterback. They snubbed Dak to give it to Jordan Love, Sky. You know.
I tell them skeptics, bro.
Or here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Just do that.
Fantastic, sir. Hey man, you know how we do with these skeptics, guy, man. You know how I go. We just keep on coming to work. Chat, we got a hell of a show today, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. Love y'all to pieces, man. Hey, we'll still play the Mike McCarthy clip. He's inspiring me again, so I might take it and put some gangster shit over this guy, just like I did with him. Again, I get artistically creative when but boy, Mike McCarthy said it, man. Johnny fuck around, get him up out of here. It's all about winning. That Lombardi trophy is heavier than you think. It just gets me in the zone, Scott. It makes me want to get back focused, man. We got a great show for y'all today. Appreciate y'all for being here. Love you to pieces. Love it that y'all here early. The other, I don't know, like 700 or so people. They'll be here later or whatever, or they'll just watch it on demand. Shouts out to them. We have some. They had a Packers dude on 105.3 The Fan. He has some cool little Packers things to say, so we'll just react to that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, now Scott, if I was a professional, I'd get this motherfucking name and his title, but so Scott, for the rest of the show, we might call him Johnny Fuck Around. We might just refer to him as that. Why don't we?
High school Harry or high school Hal? What do you call him?
High school Harry, whatever his name is. So we're going to run that. There's been some coaching changes around the NFL, and that may or may not affect Dan Quinn. There's some coaching conversation around Mike McCarthy. I think it's preposterous. I think Will still thinks that also, but we'll have a little discussion. Just see if we can get a take or two out of it. Phones are lit, but they ain't gonna be lit long. So we're not going by time today. We're going by the amount of y'all in there. So if you want to get into the phones, get in there now. Because I'm gonna lock it at a certain number. I'm not telling y'all what number, but it's gonna be a certain number. We cutting that off. We may say something about Joe Witt today. We may, talk about some other little Cowboy roster topics from what we'll do player wise, and Schottenheimer had a little comment, so it should be a fun little show, guys. Should have some fun things to do. But yeah, man, like I said earlier, man, it's just it's somebody's job to where they get paid to be the Cowboy naysayer. Now, I hope that didn't confuse you, Skywalker, Steele, because naysayer has a whole new definition. And that could have been ambiguous, because in real life, I'm one of them Cowboy naysayers, but especially considering the fact that Professor O's the only one of us is not black. Just considering the demographic of Cowboy content creators, I just happen to be one of them Cowboy naysayers.
You hear what I said?
But I'm talking about naysayer from the original definition, Scott. There's a bunch of people that get paid money for whatever publication to make this fight sound interesting, to make it more fantastic, right? So me and you chop up the film. We go in on it, and we try to find.
The conference has been locked.
And we try to find all the angles of.
That was fast.
JJ ain't calling in today, and we try to find the angles of the film, Scott. We trying to see, if there's something that I'm missing. So when we hear from we'll just use the new definition, these non-Cowboy naysayers, right? When we listen to them, apparently they have film that we don't have. So, and I want to be privy to all the information, Scott. So I found myself giving myself 2 hours of study time so that I can just analyze. And I really found myself late at night, Scott. Late at night thinking about the show, grinding, analyzing, and the Packers defense in particular, right? I had analyzed it so much. I had broke down the information so much. I had thought about takes and information so much. I had contented myself to sleep, Sky. And that's exactly how it feels to be Law Nation. VOCH. Hello, MB. Hey, RDI, boy. We contented ourselves to sleep. Brother Law Nation backed himself into a corner, didn't he, Sky? We being point guard about the best in the business. Skywalker Steele. Go ahead.
I don't got the butt. Well, I mean, hell.
Big Willie.
I got you, Scott.
Pinch the Grinch for being a holiday villain.
Go ahead.
Law was turned.
Oh,
Wasn't
man.
he?
Oh,
By the way.
man. I knew he was going to be okay because he from Natchez. Wait. Because he from Natchez. I knew it was going to be all right because I know who his people are. I know how they drink out there. So I had a feeling that Law was going to be all right. But I tell you what, boy. I tell you what. I was on Twitter minding my business attacking Emmanuel Acho. And people ran to my comments on that post and says, Voch, go check on Law Nation. He passed out. I thought something medically had happened to him.
Well,
I said, oh, no. Let me go find out.
I was.
And I click on the video. Law like
with a long, yo. His eyes was getting across.
his hand was up, Sky. His hand was up like
His
that.
glasses was like that.
And he kept falling. He kept falling in the chair. And look, the funny part about it, Law was out the chair, but they kept doing content on him. They just kept talking about the NFC East and Law like this. And I'm like, dog, ain't nobody y'all ain't gonna stop. And they just kept counting money. Hey, we gotta find out super chat.
Right, it was super chats.
Oh boy, hey, we gotta find out super chat. Meanwhile, Law passed out. And look, Sky, I wake up at 4 a.m, get ready to go work out for 5. That's just how my routine is. And while I'm frustrated that I woke up so early, I'm looking on the internet. Law Nation made a post at 3.
Did you hear what I said?
I'm good, y'all. I say, boy, Law got a good ass nap, dog. Law should be well refreshed. And look, Scott, if anybody else knows Law, like me and you know Law work hard and he really don't sleep. He really don't rest. So seeing him getting his sleep and getting his rest in like that, it was actually good to see for a little bit. I was happy to see Brother Law Nation get some Z's for a minute.
That's not how we wanted it to happen, though.
I didn't expect to see it on camera. I didn't expect to see it on camera. But shouts out to you, Law. I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah, man. Just wow. I was knocked out when you told me.
Mm-hmm.
You sent it to me, and so I didn't see it till this morning, right about 5 o'clock. I think I texted you back and was because he was like, "Hey, yo, Law, man, go check him out." So I go look at it, and I'm like, "Oh, snap. Is he all right?" So people, and then I go look at my DMs, and people say, "Hey, check on Law," but this was last night.
Yeah.
And then I saw he made another video, and on that video, Law was still turned, bro.
Hey, yo, look,
Law was
look. Law gonna capitalize. Law gonna get some money. He gonna monetize the video.
What Law say? Oh man, Law was in that video, and he was like, he said something along the lines of, Cowboys Nation. Like Law don't ever say Cowboys Nation with a pause in between it. I'm like, he's still not.
He had to remember what he was talking about.
He said I took me a nice little nap in the studio.
Law don't even know what they was talking about before he went to sleep. Damn.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the Doski Woski. Oh boy. All right, man. Let's get into some talk, Scott. Let's get into some talk. And these ain't gotta be long. This just me killing time so we can clock out at 4:15. Then we're gonna get into these sound clips and it's gonna work like a dream, Scott. It's gonna work like a dream. Whew. If Dan Quinn get a job somewhere else, you gonna be all right with it?
Be all right, man. Good for him. I expect it to happen, 3 years in a row, he gonna turn it down. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So that's it though. Like, cause I was talking to one of my partners about it. He's a Vikings fan. He's outside looking in guy. And apparently everybody would assume that as Cowboy fans, we're just incredibly pleased with Dan Quinn, and we'll push everybody else off a bridge to keep him. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And maybe my mess has come full circle, Scott, but we revisit this conversation every 2 or 3 months or so. if we had to pick between Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, one got to be the head coach and one got to be pushed off the bridge. We've been talking about this for a while, and my answer changes up. But if I could take this latest version of Mike McCarthy, hey man, Dan, it's been real, man. You know what I'm saying, let you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you, bro. Go and coach Geno Smith or something. You know what I'm saying? It's been real, Dan. But it's probably gonna be Joe Witt 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the rule and all that.
I don't know about that.
Oh shit! Joe Witt gonna dip out? Joe Witt gonna? What you think? What's going on, Joe Witt?
I just don't know if it will be him. I thought the same thing. I thought.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I thought he was next in line in house. I don't know if that's the case. I do think they will go through a process, is all. If Dan Quinn leaves, which I think he will.
They're gonna do some interviews, even though they got the dude picked out already.
No, they'll do interviews. Hell, what's old boy Al Harris might be a part of it too. But I'm just saying I don't know if it'll be Joe Witt.
Sky, you think Bill Belichick gonna come be defensive coordinator for us?
I used to do that on Madden.
Yo, hell yeah! Look, I'm doing it now on Madden 10. I got a little emulator or whatever.
Yeah.
I got I got all GOAT coaches. I got Tomlin as a head coach. Man, you know, Andy Reid, my OC, Bill, my DC. It ain't even Bill Belichick. It's New England coach, but he all maxed out on the stats. He my damn defense coordinator. So I know what you mean, Scott. Hey man, I just all I can say, man, I hope this ain't like a distraction or nothing. I think Dan has done this enough to where like he knows how to navigate it. He knows how to interview, but still stay focused on the game or whatnot. Shouts out to Dan Quinn. But this is our every 2 or 3 month time to talk about the whole head coach situation, man. If I love anything about Mike McCarthy, he'll tell you when he wrong. He tell you when he lied. He know when some shit ain't working. His door open. He'll let you cuss him out, and will eventually fix the problem by any means necessary. I think that's the biggest mark of a head coach, though, Scott. If Mike McCarthy wasn't special at nothing, but he was great at saying when he lied and when he not good and when something. At least that means, okay, if this is wrong, I'll at least go hire somebody else. I'll at least go do something else. I'll go like another route. This route ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so like for example, like Sirianni, right, with the Eagles, like they trash over there. The offense is trash. He's an offensive guy. Sirianni ain't changing shit. They gonna ride this thing until they inevitably crash, and that's why they're garbage. Mike McCarthy got to about week 6 before he said, "All right, man. Hey, look, man, the dragon concept or
Texas Coast, man. That's what I'm calling.
Slant flat or whatever. Like the nonsense we did for 6 weeks is not working. The nonsense we did for 6 weeks is not working. How can we fix this?" And now CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott are number 1, 2, and 3 in all their respective categories. And all I can think of, Scott, is what if we wasn't bullshitting for 6 weeks? CeeDee Lamb be a 2,000-yard receiver if we wasn't bullshitting for 6 weeks. I don't know, Scott. And we may be the 49ers. I don't know. I don't know, Scott. But I love that about Mike McCarthy. And if I had to pick between Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, hey, Dan, I appreciate you, dog, but we'll move on to the next defense coordinator. Probably going to be an old dude or whatever. But I love what you said backstage, Will Steele. You want to say it or you want me to say it?
You can say it. I'm not sure which one
you forgot. Picking the offensive guy. You know what I'm saying? Like the offensive guys is more important, and I would even say that it's harder to find like a solid offensive guy that's ahead of the curve. And if Dak's gonna be your quarterback, hey, pick the character that worked good with him and just move on with your life. Move on with your life. John G, DMV Cowboy in the chat. What's up, bro? He says we had to bullshit in order to know how not to bullshit. I mean, but I hate it had to happen though, John. I mean, I feel you. I hate we had to do it for 6 weeks. Like, look, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish, John G. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, sir. That's one thing I have for you, Scott. Another thing I have for you, just curious. I'm just asking Skywalker Steele some questions. Chat, put hashtag Ask Sky. Y'all don't ask questions. I got the question, but just put it in the chat anyway. Assuming that you had gained even more confidence in TJ Bass from last week's game. If Tyler Smith is not 100%, let's say Tyler Smith can go, but let's say like 85, 75. And 75% of Tyler Smith still may be better than TJ Bass. But maybe you want Tyler Smith to be 100% for the divisional round, Scott. Versus this Green Bay Packers defense. I'm gonna read this. Would you rest Tyler Smith or would you play TJ Bass another week?
I'm looking for somebody to press here because are you out your rabbit ass mind?
Just ask you a question, Scott. Scott, I just asked your goddamn question, Scott. I just asked you what? I just asked you a question.
You'll never understand me.
You right, because I don't even understand what you just said to me right then.
The second part of that is crazy. Scott, the second part of the clip is crazy. Scott, I thought it was a fair question, Scott.
I'm going to just say simple, man. No. I figure though there's something else you're trying to get at here.
I ain't trying to get that shit. I'm just trying to kill 15 minutes.
All right.
Look, I'm just asking. I'm just asking because I feel like TJ Bass has gained a new level of confidence. And if Tyler Smith can go, but he's not 100%, do you want to re-risk dialing back that 100%, hurting him or whatever, boom, boom, boom? Or you just want to go, hey, every playoff game is of equal importance?
Yes, the latter. There's no tomorrow. We cannot go into any of these games thinking like, just going to go ahead and rest up. No, we shouldn't see fourth quarter Dak. I don't give a damn if we up 40-0. Make it 60-0. Like, you hold nothing back in this game. So
I'm not playing Dak in the fourth quarter in the 60-0, but I feel you.
But you get what I'm saying. It's a bit, I'm being hyperbolic, but I'm not resting a guy who can play and could have played last week because of tomorrow. Especially because I don't know if we're going to get into, like you said, players. The only player that then would have an advantage would be the interior guy, Kenny Clark. And I like Bass, but look, Bass all day against Clark gonna win a good amount. That's a really good player. But Tyler, and Zach, man. So I'm not benching him.
I agree. I just wanted to ask the question. I'm trying to get Tyler Smith on the field as soon as possible. And look, I love TJ Bass and what he's doing. Now, one day in the offseason, not now, but we're going to have a conversation about, do I want TJ Bass snapping or do I want to pay Tyler Bass some more money? That's another conversation. But Tyler Smith, I always want the front of Dak's pocket to be clean. I always want the front of Dak's pocket to be incredibly clean.
Yeah.
And apparently how plantar fascias work is they're like hangnails. You know what I'm saying? It's like they hurt when it's on and it hurt to rip it off, but like it's cool like once it's off. You know what I'm saying? So if Tyler can go and he's not feeling pain and he's not hindered and he's strong and he's fast, I'm playing Tyler Smith. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. And Sky, most of the time I ask you questions, I know the answer to these questions already because one, we've either talked about it, or I mean, I just know how you get down. I just know your get down or whatever. But I'm with you on that.
This is usually a question for like the round table. You usually ask something like that.
Yeah. But even then, if somebody say TJ Bass, I'm ready to fuss. You know what I'm saying? But we killed a good 6 minutes though, Scott. How about that? How about this? How about this? Did you see Sounds of the Sideline yesterday?
I saw it this morning, and it wasn't as interesting as it usually is. So I didn't watch it twice. So
it wasn't interesting. But do you see how happy D-Law is, man?
Oh, nice little smile on the sideline.
D-Law did it twice. He did it twice. Every time we're in the red zone, they get that corner of the bench cam and look at D-Law, and he's just happy to be here. I really want us to do the right thing in the playoffs for D-Law, man. He's been on this team for a long time, and he's an elder on this team. And honestly, I don't know how many more years we got of prime. All right, we asking questions now about D-Law. You know what I'm saying? I just want this to be the one, so that all the old characters. Because look, I don't know how many more Tyron Smiths we got. I don't know how many more Zach Martins we got. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just want to take care of business this year, so that all the old characters can rest. they can rest for eternity, this guy. You know what I'm saying? But I just saw that smile from D-Law, man. And I'm like, man, dude, just this might be his favorite time in his Cowboy career. You know what I'm saying? He's a wily veteran. This is honestly, this might be the best chance he has. You know what I'm saying? For ringing the trophy. You know what I'm saying? And I just see him enjoying the process, man. Did you have a comment on that, Scott?
I do not, man. Hopefully we send him out. Not send him out because it ain't over yet. Obviously, I think he has another year on his contract, but he deserves a run. Him, Zach, Tyron, Dak, all these guys have been here for 8+ years. They deserve a run.
All right, then cool. Sky ain't got no comments then, so let's get into this damn sound clips. Then let's get.
Yeah, this is probably more interesting.
Let's get into the sound. It's 3:41, Sky. Let's see if we can get some time out of this. Because look, I would sit up and talk about Green Bay's defense all day, but it'll ultimately be me saying block Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark is cool, Preston not what he once was, Jair is way less than what he once was. Pick on the other characters, move CeeDee Lamb around a lot. Let's go feed Jake. And we could probably run the football because teams be beating the shit out them in the run. And if we can run a shot at the football, let's play action and motion and beat the shot at this defense. Scott, that's all I got to say for the defense today.
I got you, man. I'll break it down tomorrow if y'all want like the down to the nitty gritty. But he's spot on here.
Go to Will Steele show.
Tomorrow is gonna be breaking down the detail. But in general, that was a very good generalization there.
And he'll give you the details, but it wasn't interesting to me. I passed out like Law Nation, guy. I wasn't trying to watch these, and I actually thought about canceling the show today because I was like, man, I'm gonna be done with this breakdown in 3 minutes. I'm gonna be done with this breakdown. I'm gonna be done with this, and that's faster than that. I'll be done with this breakdown in 3 minutes, man. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna ask Will Steele some questions, right, and pair that with some sound clips. And then do the phones and me and Will still had a good conversation. So he'll get on Skycam and the questions will carry us a little bit. And Sky just like,
man, not done.
I'm picking time.
Not done once. I want to hear this dude. I want to hear what this guy says. That's a Packer. That covers the Packers.
I like Mike McCarthy better than Dan Quinn. Next question. Yeah, D-Law's happy, Vice.
I mean, Vice. It was a swing and a miss. We can't hit them all, man.
Hey, look, I put out some good ass content. I can miss once, huh?
Yeah. Is DeMarcus Lawrence happy?
But he was smiling. What you mean? He was smiling. This better content than the questions I had.
Hell yeah.
I was curious, Guy, if I could just get some. Like, hey, dog, D-Law smiling like a mother. Y'all see this? Yo, brother Ed called you Skyfon Gilmore.
Facts. I'm definitely on my Gilly
Yo,
shit.
that's not Gilly be on the podcast, dog. He was like, I don't want to answer that question. No.
Why did Micah bring Gilly on the pod? That's the last dude you need to bring on your pod, man.
All right, man. Let's get into these questions then, man. I pulled 4 clips. Hopefully we'll still got something
to these clips. Don't hit me with no more questions.
I will end this goddamn shit right now. I would do in this shit now.
I got you, bro.
I would do this shit right now. All right, man. Here we go. They asked the character. I don't know his name. What's his name? It's gonna be Johnny
around.
Just basically, he's been covering the Green Bay Packers since 1997. He was around for the Mike McCarthy era. He's there for the French name character.
He been covering the Cowboys for what now?
What's the old boy name? The Packers. No, the new.
Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur. Yeah. He. So this dude that we listen from now, he's been covering the Cowboys for years, since 97, 93 or something like that. So he's covered all those guys. So he has some insight on what it's like when Mike McCarthy's around and all this kind of stuff and what's happening in Wisconsin. So they asked him, what's up with the playoff game? How Sean and them worded it is, hey man, so we beating the shit out the Green Bay Packers or what? That's kind of how they worded it. And bro had this to say.
I think the Packers are.
Hold on, let me get y'all a little volume. All right, there we go. All right, bro had this to say.
I think the Packers are probably a year away from being in a position where they can win this game in advance. I think it was, for them, it's great they made the playoffs. It's a huge starting point for Jordan Love and this young offense. But, defensively, they've struggled so much this year that I don't see how Dallas doesn't put up 30 on these guys. And I would think that would be enough.
Hey, man, good little year for these young guys. Jordan Love came on at the end of the year. Basically what I was saying yesterday, Scott, hey, man, this is a good team, man, but it's a good team versus one of the best teams in the league. So even the character that's covering the Packers think that, Dallas going to go out there and basically take care of business in spectacular fashion. Now, I do feel like the Packers offense will fight just a little bit more. But also on that same token, I feel like the Cowboys offense might score more than 30. The Cowboys, Scott, when we get in situations like this versus defense like this, we don't punt much. You know what I'm saying? We don't do a whole bunch of punting versus defenses like this. And then if you're a defense that's bad versus the run, I mean, we ain't great versus the run, but if you bad versus the run paired with what we do on offense, and you run that goofy little cover 3, and ain't none of y'all really good enough to cover CeeDee Lamb like that, yeah, the Green Bay Packers might score 30, but that may not be enough. So if I had to project, they might score, what, 28, Scott? 20?
I mean, even still, I'm trying to think. I can pull it up. How many teams just flat out went out there and
on Dallas
just scored 30 like that?
Yeah,
like Seattle and San Fran? Right? I mean, like not many teams just rolling up out there, and both, Seattle game at home, so I give it to San Fran. We was kind of broken then, but it's not like teams was just rolling out and just dropping 30 on us, even on a day that we look. Buffalo was Buffalo. That's kind of just a crazy game.
That was one dude.
But yeah, man, over the since the bye week, man, you got to be damn near perfect. And the Cowboys can't force a turnover, right? They got to just be bad out there. And at home, they haven't been doing that. So that's a good offense, but we got a good offense too, and that puts pressure on that offense.
Do you think it's more about the receivers, Scott? Because when we have been in that situation where teams put a bunch of points up on us in the passing game, it's mostly a team that got a gang of receivers, like multiple options, Even when we look at Seattle, Geno got rid of the ball quickly, but it was really DK being an athlete. It was Jackson and Jigba being sneaky. It was Tyler Lockett being fast, crossing routes. You know what I'm saying? So do you think it's more the receivers? Because if it's just the receivers, it just got worse for Green Bay because they receivers ain't better than some of the ones we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, mixture of everything, right? Geno was the best game I ever seen Geno play in his life. That receiving core is way better. The scheme is similar. Waldron had a really good game plan in that game, so that's something they could go back and look at. I think Love is better, but will he be better than Geno was that day and DK Metcalf and Jigba? I know they got these young receivers, but I like our matchup out there. The matchup going into Seattle, what was we saying? Hey, this is the tough one. This is the toughest matchup they will probably have seen all year from a receiver standpoint, pure receiver standpoint, and it showed. But Dallas still got the victory. So, look, we at the crib, man. The turnovers usually come at the crib. The crowd noise helps. Here we go, offense. It's just different here. Like that guy said, like Cowboys can put up 30 plus, I think, more than that, as long as they don't turn the ball over. But can they keep up? And making other teams play keep up is how we get better on defense.
Man, Geno was out there playing like he knew Pete Carroll was gonna get fired.
Geno was out there playing like he was playing for $100 million.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, man, yeah, anybody want to hire me when it's over with?" Shit. Then they asked Johnny Mess Around. We don't want to get demonetized or whatever. Kids might be watching. Then they asked Johnny Mess Around about the Packers defense, right? Because they was like, hey, where's the breaking point gonna come from or whatever? And it was Packers defense, of course. So they asked Johnny Mess Around about it, and Johnny had this to say about the Packers defense.
Necessarily, I mean, it's been the problem with this defense is that it's been good in spots and then bad in those same spots in other games. Like it's not just one thing. Like they allowed. Four games they allowed 200 yards rushing to four different teams. Nobody's done bat in the NFL.
Sky, if they let Tony rush for 200 yards, I'm having a fit. Tony not gonna do it because that ain't what Tony is. That ain't what this offense is. And Mike McCarthy too arrogant, and that could change them goddamn plays. But if Tony run for 200 yards, oh boy, just give him the ball cap now.
So that's bad. And then they've had games where they can stop the run, and a guy like Baker Mayfield throws for 381 yards against them. So it's not that they've been bad in one area; they've just been bad at different times. And they played some good defense at times too. I mean, they went up to Detroit on Thanksgiving, played really well there. They held up fine against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and they won that game. But it's just been one of these defenses where you just never know when it's going to go bad and in what way it's going to go bad.
Hey, man, this team out here having shootouts with the Giants, man. They're having close fights with the Bears.
DeVito had him on skates.
Baker Mayfield going off. You know what I'm saying? Like, chat, I'm not saying this to just be blah, blah. I ain't trying to just poo-poo on the Packers, dog, but, like, look at who you are. Look at who you are. Look at what we do to the Giants, even on a bad day versus Giants, dog. It's just a little different, man. It's a little different. And this is coming from a Packers correspondent. He's not a Cowboy fan watching the film. He's ready for his vacation to Dallas and get into the offseason. This motherfucker, he's ready to get into draft mode, right? Listen to his voice. This man's ready for draft mode, man. Scott, you have something on that before we move on to Jair Alexander?
No, let's move on to Jair because I was just about to bring up CD. And perfect segue.
Here we go.
Jair Alexander is
all about Jair Alexander.
Is he a great cornerback on the field?
I think when he wants to be and when he's fully engaged, and I'm just not sure that's where he is right now. It's been a weird run for him, and I could say a weird dude too to finish that sentence. He's a different guy. And I mean, I still think he's a good player. I just don't know that he's ever going to be the player he was in like 2020, 2021 when he was an all-pro guy.
To that point though, Scott, the last I remember of Jair Alexander, Amari Cooper was beating the shit out of him. Last I remember.
No. CeeDee Lamb last year.
CeeDee Lamb. Okay, cool. So okay, cool. But but that game didn't even pop up in my memory like that. I would have to go back and watch that.
Shit,
but
I just catches for $150 or something.
I'm sure he did. I just don't remember. Because sometimes when we lose, I just hate to, we
lost that game though with Coop too though.
Yeah, we lost that game. But I just particularly remember Cooper had like 3 touchdowns on Jair Alexander that day or something crazy like that, man. But like dude said, man, hey, he's not the dude that he once was, and maybe they do play this goofy zone that they not good at because they can't just be in man like they usually would be. You know what I'm saying? If you just leave Alexander on this island with Cooks or Lamb, he's getting cooked or Lamb, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you just leave him on an island like that, so maybe that's why they do play this cover 3 or whatever. But he's their best corner. That's what we dealing with, Scott. They got a secondary full of Cam Suttons. You know what I'm saying? And my chat is a very educated chat. Yours is too, Scott. So they know that Cam Sutton was a character that Will was playing Find the Squirrel with in Detroit. So just imagine 3 or 4 of them. Is that accurate, Scott? They got about 3 or 4 Cam Suttons we could just play Find the Squirrel with.
For me though, the middle of the field is really where we really want to attack. Those linebackers are not good in coverage either. But yeah, Jair Alexander I was texting Foots today about him, and I was like, man, he just hasn't been right. It feels like from a mental side of things, from what I'm hearing out of Green Bay, and then he ain't been right on the field either. I know he's been hurt. He missed a lot of games, but I'm not. Listen, I hate to use the term fear, so. I respect everybody, but there's not anybody on that defensive side from Rashawn Gary where you're like, that mother right there, just make sure he don't tee off. Kenny Clark's another one, but I like my interior against Kenny Clark. But Terrence against Gary is the one where just don't die, cuzzo. Like, if you don't die over there, we'll be more than fine. If you happen to die a few times, that got us. But we don't want to have Dak continue to keep stepping up, trying to duck Gary. Now he missing somebody wide open across the middle of the field. So, but from a secondary standpoint, Savage is not the same. They got a kid named Valentine. It's not the same secondary. This isn't the same offense as last year where Joe Barry tripped up. Good job, by the way, Joe Barry. He changed the picture a lot against Dak last year. And those damn option routes, 2 interceptions came on option routes. It came on CeeDee not going here. You don't see CeeDee running that no more. If you peep, the whole option part of what CeeDee does is I'm going to run this hook and sit, or I'm going to whip and come out. That's like the only option he got. And then maybe when he's 1-on-1 in like a 1x3 set or 4 strong, and he's like, all right, fade or slant, and Dak reads it. But this, look, man, their coverage is food for real. Their pass rush is mid at best. I mean, they got Gary and whatnot, but you can do some good things against this defense as long as you take care of the route.
Hey, I can't wait to see him. Can't wait to see him. Last but not least, they asked Jeffrey about what is his name? They asked him about the Packers' run game versus Dallas's defense, because of course that's what we need to stop, right? That's the most important. That's the blinking light here. Aaron Jones in the run game. And Boy had this to say.
Yeah, this isn't really, it's not a power running game per se. So if Dallas struggles with, teams that kind of, run it down their throat, then, this is not that offense. It's a little bit more of a get out to the edge and let Aaron Jones turn a corner. When Aaron Jones was out with the injury, A.J. Dillon, who was much more of a bruising back, I would say had, moderate success at best and wasn't able to overpower people per se. This is an offensive line that has a lot of names that people probably never heard of. David Bakhtiari, their star left tackle, has been out since the first game. He played 1 game this year and then was done. They've rotated guys at left tackle and right guard throughout the season, and throughout the games. They'll play their starting left tackle will play like 2 series, and they'll bring in somebody to play a series, and then they'll go back to the guy. It's strange. It's really strange. They're doing the same thing at right guard. John Runyon Jr. is their starter, but they'll throw this kid Sean Ryan, a draft pick last year, in there for 15, 20 plays a game. I've never really seen that done before in my 20 some years covering this team. You don't usually rotate offensive linemen during the game, but they're doing it, and they seem to be doing it with some degree of success.
Somebody in the chat says that Jer Alexander is better than.
Yeah, I think it's some Green Bay guy or whatever.
Chat, y'all ain't really need to waste y'all time, man. Y'all don't really. Why would
you? Deron Bland. This ain't like the guy said. This isn't 2020. 2021, last time Jair was, and again, I'm not saying that Jair is bad, but Jair's been banged up this year, both physically and mentally. He's been banged up this year, so
what you think? Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just not about to sit here and be fearful of Jair Alexander.
What you think about them leaving Dak and Micah off of All Pro?
That's the NFLPA. So because I definitely was I had some opinions on that earlier this morning. I doubt both will be left off the AP, which is the official. But this was like the second annual Players NFL or All Pro. So it's like, I didn't look. It is what it is, but this ain't the official one to me. But interesting that Micah. Doesn't surprise me that Dak is not on there because look, when it comes to Dak, I don't expect anything good to come from it in regards to like the perception. But Micah, Max Crosby over Micah was like, oh. But you know what? Now I know it's the players.
Yeah,
I get why.
Sure,
it's Max Crosby because if you peep Max Crosby,
he's a dude.
He on that lank time. Let a naysayer know. You know what I'm saying? he on that lank time, so he invited to all the cookouts and everything, and they like, go ahead, put Max up in there.
Yeah, but y'all hoes ain't got a lot though, bro. Like, they just be who you are, dog. But yeah, like I said, man, should be a fun game. Should be a fun game. I'm not gonna sit up here and break down that goofy little cover 3. What's up, Coach? Sip the Tally Films in the chat. He's a Ravens fan. He has the week off. So congratulations to you, Coach. Salute. Let's get into some calls. We got 4 of them on accident, Scott, but I think we can handle 4. I was gonna cut it off at 2. What's up, big guy?
Hey, bro, you got a phone call.
Hey, Voch. Hey, Scott. How y'all doing?
Wait a minute.
What's good, big guy?
Hold up, big guy. Scott, what was that?
What's up?
Hey, bro, you got a phone call.
That's the new one, so you don't get demonetized no more.
I have been getting demonetized lately, but they can have it. They can have it. What's up, Big A? What you got for me?
Oh, hey, I ain't got much. Just 2 quick points, and I'll get out of your guys' hair.
Yes, sir.
The first point I had was, okay, so you guys have probably heard of him before. This guy, Brandon Laurie, on Twitter. I remember a couple of weeks ago, Sky, when we were talking about the Micah Parsons and the holding thing.
He dropped the Micah Parsons holding.
It's so long since he got a holding call.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Brandon Laurie, just for informational purposes, he did like a quick thread on like some of the top pass rushers and like
the notes,
and how recently they've gotten a holding call, how recently they drew a holding call this season. And it's actually a pretty interesting thread a little bit. TJ Watt, he drew 2 holding calls like in week 16. Trey Hendrickson of the Bengals, he drew a holding call in week 16 as well. Josh Allen of the Jaguars, he last drew a holding call in week 12. Khalil Mack drew a holding call in week 12 as well. Daniil Hunter last drew a holding call in week 14. Max Crosby last drew a holding call in week 17. And then Myles Garrett last drew a holding call in week 17. So,
hey man, like I don't want to be in this world where we're limiting pass rushes. I think the league is got this wrong. I think the league is like missing something here, right? Because you're taking away a product from your game, you know? Like, of course you want the quarterbacks to get the shine and all that, but like some of you, some of your greatest moments come from, Lawrence Taylor doing his thing, or DeMarcus Ware doing his thing, Reggie White or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want
I agree.
I don't want them to not call holding on Trey Hendrickson and Miles. Let them run free. If Trey Hendrickson want 22 sacks a year, let him do it. But if Micah can get 30, let us get our 30, man. Let their quarterback learn how to navigate like Dak do. Gee.
Yeah. And then according to Brandon Laurie, he said the last time Micah got a holding call was week 6 against the Chargers.
Yeah, talking about it
I
all
don't remember that. Oh yeah. All right, then, Big A, appreciate you. And I think I remember
yeah, no problem.
Yeah. I think I remember that Chargers game. I just recall
it was Pip something. What's the Bulls' name?
It was on the right side.
Pipkins.
Pipkins, yeah. Jonathan Pipkins. Something Pip.
Some Pip. Right. He had a Pip in it. Yeah, he ain't had no pep in his step, but he had a Pip in his name.
He had no pep in his step, boy. No pep. Drew, what up?
Okay.
Hey, what's good, Voch? How you doing, man?
What's good with you, bro? What you got for the show?
Just want to say, I really don't think the secondary to Green Bay has no chance. Dak, I mean, he's faced like better series than the Green Bay's, So I feel like the only thing the Green Bay could have against us, but I don't really know. It just depends how our defense plays, is the run.
Yeah.
If you behind with Dak at home playing the here we go, doing the motion, I mean, I don't think you're going to catch up with the run, So I would like to say that like Green Bay has a fighting chance, but I really don't think they do, man. And it's kind of, I get why you guys are like, well, we don't know what to say, because it's like, what can you say with this secondary against Dak and CD,
Well,
but that's all I wanted to say, man.
Okay, appreciate it, Drew. Good call. Look, everybody got a fighting chance. If the Cowboys come out there and shit the bed, then we probably, I mean, it'll be tough. You know what I'm saying? But assuming we do our part, if we call our motion, we run the here we go, we play good defense, we should be just fine. Just fine.
Hey, one more thing on the Micah, the more insane stat. I mean, going 11 weeks is crazy.
Yes,
but season's over, right? And he's played over 850 snaps. And another shout out to a Cowboy Twitter, Outlaw Cowboy.
Yeah,
Micah has only been called for 2 penalties, period, all season. Period. So no tripping, hands to the face,
Yeah.
Personal fact. 2. That's crazy.
That's madness, bro. It's mad. It's almost like y'all don't see half the offensive line run at him. It's like they're not watching him. But
then let him do something. Then they watching him.
And that's my whole point. The discretion or the threshold of, like, Scott, Tyler Smith can do this.
Yeah, that was the Miami Jones was crazy.
He can do this and go, my bad. Scott, because this and my bad, college don't call that. And I think that's ultimately why the college football game is easier to watch a little bit. You don't get a whole bunch of BS calls in college. And you just can really enjoy the game for real, for real. This and my bad is fine. Like, don't turn people, of course. When Michael running and he holding on to him like this and they going together, that ain't holding. Hey, man, I just it's something the league need to look at, man. But Michael done pissed him off. They don't even. Look, you see Michael going, dog. Dog. It's every play. It ain't like you just happen to miss it, dog. Like look, watch this next. It's gonna happen. But I don't know.
Like help me.
Oh man, let's get these last 2 in, man. 408, what's up? Who this?
Hey, this is your boy Coop over here in the Bay Area. What's going on, Voch?
What's up, Coop? You had 3 touchdowns on Jer Alexander last time I remember. What's good with you?
Man, I try to give him the business. Listen, I got a couple questions for you and Brother Steele. Really just want to I hear a lot from my Cowboy, fellow Cowboy fans about all of the things that they believe McCarthy and Quinn hide during the regular season to, spring out on everybody in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I was never a real believer in all that until these last couple of years that I've gone to training camp. Mm-hmm. There's a lot in training camp that I've seen, that I saw, that hadn't seen, and I only see every now and then. And most of it on offense has to do with how we deploy Turpin.
Seesaw. Yeah.
And on defense, it is when we decide to use a 5-man line. Whenever we use a 5-man defensive line, we stop the run like nobody's business. That's why there's no evidence that all you got to do is run the ball against Dallas, because that's fallacy. If that was the case, everybody would do it. Whenever we do a 5-man line, there is no running on us.
We only have like a handful of bad run days though. It's like James and there's one more. I can't remember right now, but it's James and like one more running back had like a real good day. Miles Sanders, Carolina. They had a solid run day against us. But besides that, I think the Cowboys do a pretty good job with the run defense, man. We just gotta bring that lunch pail and make sure that today ain't one of them days that we get caught slipping.
Absolutely. I mean, that's my thought process. I've always thought that was kind of fallacy. I've seen us shut down the Niners run game. Chris McCaffrey doesn't go crazy on us. I don't know what everybody's talking about. Yeah. But we are a different defense when we play a 5-man line, especially when Big Hank is in there and we're doing a 5-man line.
Yeah.
And most people don't really notice it because we only do it sporadically. We only do it every now and then. Mm-hmm. We'll bust it out. We busted it out over these last couple of games against Miami.
Yep.
But when we put Turpin in the slot on offense, and when we're using Turpin on offense, we're doing something a little bit different. There's a little wrinkle to our swag. And so I just wanted to get you guys' opinion on whether or not you believe McCarthy and Quinn save stuff for the playoffs.
All right, appreciate you, my guy. Good call. Not CD. Coop, appreciate you. Good call. 100%. They say the good shit for the playoffs because we've seen them do it 2 years in a row, Sky. That's the conspiracy way to say it, but do they lay foundation and plant seeds throughout the season to expand on the broader concept later on in the sure, the more the season go on, the more they can expand on a certain passing concept or something like that, or a scheme concept. Sure. Like, is there a certain Scott Micah may be at fucking Mike linebacker 50 plays this game. We don't know, Scott. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But sure, they could probably say they best plays for the playoffs, but if that's the case, save them for the division round now. I've seen us win these. I don't want to waste the good plays for old Tom Brady in the first round or Jordan Love and Green Bay in the first round. Save them plays for the second round. Then we'll go to the third and we'll think about saving them for then. You have something on this guy?
I think there's evidence of Dan Quinn, but there's no evidence of that from Mike McCarthy.
Sure.
It's his first year as a play caller, so we don't have any evidence of him saving plays for the playoffs just yet. But Quinn,
which I think is an advantage, though, Sky. I think that's an advantage.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
But for Quinn, he's done it. He threw the wrinkle last year with Izzy, and there may be a wrinkle this year. And we were talking about that throughout the season, right? Remember when we were going through a little bit weird stuff on defense where it was like, hey, we poo-pooing it or we laughing, he hell. He switched up in the playoffs, so he may throw some sort of wrinkle. I don't know that he needs to do anything crazy in the playoffs because I don't think the Cowboys have done anything as bad as they did last year in regards to like giving up big plays and the cornerback too. They're not as bad anywhere on defense as they were at cornerback 2 last year. So they don't got to do anything crazy. And like you said, they've done some things throughout the season that have been successful against the ground. And again, I think I'm going to dive into it a little bit more. Or did I dive into it? No, I'm talking about the Cowboys offense tomorrow. But against the ground, we talked about some of the things they do well, the Packers. But we've seen that. Like we've played teams that do the motion and they pull guys and things like that. And the Cowboys, for the most part, outside of like you said James and the James, they've done well. They've held running backs to under 4 yards per carry this year. So and for most of the year, around like 3.5 yards per carry. So they have not been horrendous, contrary to popular belief. And like my man said, if it was just that simple to run the ball all day, teams would do it at the crib. Why do you think they can't? Because one, your offense on the other side of the ball, and two, the individual players make plays at times to put offenses in a bind, like second and third and long. So it's still stopped the run for sure because we know we rush the passer better, but good. I mean, if a team want to come out here and run the ball 35, 40 times,
good.
Go ahead.
We about to score.
Right.
We about to score. Yeah. And probably, Sky, you say we gave up 4 yards of carry. Like less than that. Those 2 games probably inflate the shit out of those carry numbers. So hey, let them come out here and run the ball all day. But we do have to take care of business. And I just think
you're right.
there's much more.
It did inflate it. Yeah, without those 2 games, it's under 4. But it did inflate it.
Yeah. Just if anything, chat, just think about it. There's more evidence of you shutting down great running backs than there are running backs running on you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about, Breece Hall, Saquon twice, Christian McCaffrey got held to like 50-something yards rushing. The Lions tandem, the Dolphins tandem, like your team is a pretty solid run team, man. You just got on the road a couple times, man. But it's cool. That shit don't happen in Arlington, dog. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at it statistically. When Hankins is in the lineup, only one team. Well, since the bye, because before the bye, you still had some shutdown days. Jets, you had Patriots, Chargers, things like that. But it's the Bills. The Bills is the only team. Look, the Eagles got 4.2, but we blew them out. But the Bills is really the only team in the last month of the season that really teed off with their running backs. That's it.
Well, the Eagles got 5 running backs on offense at the same time. So
yeah,
that don't count. How else you gonna cover that? They ain't throwing the ball like they run it.
What do we call it? QRB1. Well, he is
QRB. Supers.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Nah, yeah, we done. Chat, let's play a really quick game. A really quick game of who gonna win this weekend. Sky, you can play along if you want to, but I know you hate any kind of non-football. Any kind of direct, like analysis or whatever.
Games. So I'm interested in that.
This ain't even a game, but just who gonna win this week? Chat. Y'all can put it in the chat. Y'all can put it, we ain't gotta hold on to it. It's gonna be fast so I can go to supers. Just put who y'all have winning. Texans or Browns.
You mean this way? Oh, yeah, I'll play this. What you talking about?
Okay, cool. Let's do it, Scott, and just let everybody else say it. Texans or Browns?
This is at Cleveland, right?
Texans won the division.
Oh, they won division. Ooh, that changes it up a little bit. I'm still gonna go Cleveland because I think their defense is but man, low key, I like Stroud and them, so kind of root for them a little bit.
Yeah. I normally go offense, but I think Cleveland's defense is on some top tier shit.
Special, yeah.
And Flacco won a Super Bowl with a team constructed just like this. So we'll see. Saturday night on Peacock. Ain't none of us downloading Peacock.
Well, I got it for wrestling purposes, but
okay. Well, you watching wrestling, you gonna click over on it. But Miami at Kansas City, negative 6 degrees.
I was just about to say, do you see the weather?
It's cold.
Kansas City, dog. Just flat out, these dudes, it's too cold for them.
Tua be shivering and dropping the football when it's 90
and dry.
It's gonna be cold and wet.
They about to tear Tua up, man.
Let's see. We got
first playoff game. That's gonna be his first playoff game, and they got to go to Kansas City, bro.
Skylar Thompson played last year. Skylar Thompson played for the Dolphins last year. Sure did. Boy, Tua finna get his ass got out here, boy. The Sunday night 12 the Sunday noon game, 12 Eastern or 12 Central or whatever. Pittsburgh Steelers in Buffalo versus the Bills. I think this is a little more tricky.
Really?
I think it's a little more tricky, man, because I believe in magic points, Sky. I think if a team beat the shit out of somebody or they have a really good competitive game, the next week or two they go out there and look crazy. And Buffalo been doing that all year. Buffalo should win, but what if Pittsburgh defense make it weird and get a couple more turnovers than the turnovers that Josh gonna throw you anyway?
Yeah.
But they can't score. That's the problem. So I'm going Buffalo.
Score at all, yeah.
I'm going Buffalo. There's a lot of people going Steelers though. TJ Watt is out, but they're well coached though.
Watt's not playing, man. I mean, dude.
Pittsburgh definitely had a coaching event, so they gonna fire Tomlin. They firing their goddamn back.
The quarterback. See, this is the year of these backups. They'll have a couple good games, and then next he ain't have that crazy game yet. The bad one. I feel like this is the game.
Rudolph.
Yeah. The red nose. Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna ask you. We're gonna beat the shot of the Packers, but if y'all want to put your votes,
come on, man.
Yo, man, y'all want to put your vote?
Yeah, here we go.
You want to? Chat. Y'all got Green Bay or Dallas Cowboys in Dallas at the crib? All right,
Should I get him? Should I get him?
Man, come on.
Go beat the shit out of Green Bay. All right, now, Sky. This the big one. Lions and Rams. Chat, what y'all think? Lions and Rams.
Old boy going back to Detroit.
Going back, comfy. He gonna be comfy there too, boy, because he used to.
He knows spots there, you know.
Yeah. He know that feel. He know, yeah.
Man.
I got Rams too, man.
I got Rams.
Sky, the Rams got the head coach advantage. The Rams got the scheme advantage. The Rams got the quarterback advantage.
This is gonna be a high scoring game, bro.
Yeah. They're gonna look on that film and they're gonna find Cam Sutton. Puka gonna have a day. Not Cooper Kupp. Puka Nacua gonna have a day versus Cam Sutton.
Let me tell you this. I got the Rams, but this is the first game in Detroit in like 30-some years.
Yeah.
Playoff game in Detroit, and it gets crazy. Like, it can get loud in that stadium. Yeah. So if they can make it crazy in that stadium, then Matt will give you the ball a few times. But the problem is, so we're golf. Golf will give you the ball too.
I don't know if you was watching film with us during. I mean, you were, but I know that I know Patreon. We talked about it. Brother L may have been in there, but I remember watching Kobe Turner when he was at.
One of them in the draft.
It was at the Black and Gold School. Wake Forest, Vanderbilt. Cool. Wake Forest. I remember he wasn't as big though. They didn't fatten him up real good. But I remember watching Kobe Turner going, "Hey man, I like this dude. He gonna be a dude." And like they got rookies that they getting good work. Byron Young, Puka Nacua, the mother we just talked about. Byron. No, not Byron.
Turner.
Kobe Turner. And it's one more rookie they got out there. Steven Villa playing left guard. They getting shit out they rookies, dog. And Hey man, Sean McVay gonna cook up some shit for y'all, my boy.
And next year, look, everybody said, "Oh, the Rams about to go through this crazy drought." Next year, they got their first round picks and like $40 million in cap.
Oh, they finna make a run. They finna go for it again. Look. They about to trade them picks.
They took one down here.
They about to trade them picks.
And
they
I
about to go
remember
through Myles Garrett
in the offseason. Well, would you rather be the Rams or the Like, would you rather be the Rams or in the Cowboys position, right? Like going into the season.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't even would you rather be the Rams or the Cowboys. People were saying I would not want to be in the Rams position of winning the Super Bowl, getting to one, and then sucking for a year or two.
One down year, dog.
You crazy, bro.
One down year, and they right back at it.
Stafford, your rabbit ass mind.
Stafford should be healthy next year. Man, that's crazy, dog. And look, Chad, I ain't gotta ask y'all, man. Sky, you feel like Tampa Bay gonna go out there and beat the shot at the Eagles, right?
Oh man, I hope so. I can't even sit here and bro. I was watching the Tampa film with the Packers, and I know the score. They put up points, but I just kept looking at Baker like, bro, there was still a whole lot left out there. But I hope.
That's how I feel about Jalen Hurts.
Hurts is not good either this year.
I feel about Hurts. No, they gonna have to fire me, Scott. Scott, we getting fired if Tampa Bay come out here and beat the shot at the Eagles.
Oh my good. And they play Monday, so they play after us. Damn.
So, Chad, we gonna have a salt and pepper. We just gonna watch the game on salt and pepper line. I'm just gonna have the film running in the bottom corner. Look, Scott, we gonna react. Scott, we gonna react like regular. We gonna watch clips, but I'm gonna just have a game in the bottom corner, just playing while we doing salt and pepper line. Oh, Scott, I don't like trolling. I don't like fussing with nobody, but I get down when it's like that. And look, go ahead.
AJ hurt.
Devontae
hurt. I mean, they gonna play, but I mean they hurt. You know what I mean? Hurts middle finger all broken up.
He can't throw already.
He already can't. You know what though? Now that I think about it, see, I wasn't even trying to just break it down. I'm just looking at the Eagles. Yeah. Todd Bowles about to dial this motherfucker.
Oh, Sky, how about this? It's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, Sky. I don't like to be told you so guy.
Yeah.
I don't think told you so guy's productive. But I thought about getting on Twitter today, Sky. Me and you got text messages from 2022 saying, hey, man, if y'all just blitz Hurts every play.
Wink Martindale came out that motherfucker.
Every play, Sky. He got his. Sky, I promise you, I can hit search on my phone. It's either between me and you or it's in the round table. It might be in both. I'm like, hey, man, I don't know why they don't just blitz Hurts every play. I don't know. And it wasn't this season. It was last season, too. I don't know why they don't just blitz Hurts every play. Martindale, before he cussed Dayball out and left.
Cussed him, he did.
Blitz.
Every damn play.
Man, if y'all think Todd Bowles ain't finna come out here and bring 5 and 6 every play, y'all crazy.
And trying to get on. No, we are going to get on. Here's the thing. People keep blaming the coordinator the scheme ain't. I get it. But at some point, a smart quarterback goes to the line of scrimmage where, this fucking blitz, hot route. Like why you need your coordinator to tell you basic 101 type stuff, quarterback stuff in the National Football League? He blitzes, you run a hot route. You look for a hot route. These dudes, he going to the line of scrimmage and he just get lazy. Like, all right, man, this the play, man. If it work, it work. What Jerry Jones say? We gonna pray on it.
Yeah, we gonna
Jalen get to the line of scrimmage and he pray like, all right, man, dear Lord, let's just hope this play work.
Even when Kellen Moore was being terrible, Dak Prescott's good enough to carry his guys. Where's Sirianni?
Come on, Voch.
Oh, hey, yo, Scale, hey, man. At least, Dak Prescott carried the shit out of Kellen Moore, my guy. Sirianni and Jalen Hurts should be able to put their antennas together to come up with something, but they cannot. It's a long contract for them boys, Sky. Let's go, Baker. Boy, I'm rooting for Baker, boy.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm rooting for Baker. And look, if it go bad, if the Rams beat the Lions, I would love to see Baker at the crib. I feel better about playing the Bucs than I do the goddamn Packers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. If the Rams beat the Lions, Cowboys handle business. The Bucs come to the crib. Yeah.
Lovely day, Scott. We're gonna be playing Bill Withers in this month. We're gonna run some Bill Withers. Dro knows. Dropped a dime in the super chat and says, wouldn't it be advantageous for DQ to play Micah at linebacker throughout the playoffs? He's not getting the holding calls, so why not put our best athlete in space? That's what offense coordinators do. Scott, we've been saying this or whatever.
I mean, I feel like Groundhog Day, but right now at this point, this might sound contradicting, Voch. I don't want to switch it up too much. Because it's
just do what been working.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like because my whole counter to my own point of Mike at backer was if you worked him more there than when he is asked to do it a little bit more than normal, the instincts are there. Because we talk about this with Sam, but it's the same way with any type of versatile player. If he doesn't play that position enough, the backer position isn't just physical, it's mental, it's the processing. And Micah can do it, but there's still that, hey, I played 850 snaps at defensive line and only 20 at linebacker. If I'm asked to play linebacker 45 snaps, the timing might be off. So I'm a little skeptical on, hey, Micah played 35 snaps at backer in this game. I don't know about that many times, but mix it up, but kind of just do what got you there, man.
Yeah, 100%. I love that. And look, honestly, just lean on 4. Just play defense good enough that benefits 4. Easy. South Philly Shell Drop 5 says Charlie fucking around and Harry High School are not on this team. It is time to stand on business. You are damn right, South Philly Shell. Now, Scott, you know the bad part about this? I read the shot of them super chats perfectly. But let me would have stumbled on something. Let me would have stumbled on a word, you know what I'm saying? Chat would be like, oh,
it'd have been like,
You'll never understand me.
You right, because I don't even understand what you just said to me right then.
All right, here we go, Marcus Hart.
You didn't even have to say his name. You put the music. Voch is prepping now. This come on, man. Don't prep. It's better when you do it. But you know Mark is gonna try to hit you with a whole bunch of craziness, the tongue twisters and whatnot.
The bountiful bequeathness of the baby's
bonus bucks.
The baby's tax bracket. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Sky, and Rosetta Stone today. At the volume, destiny isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. It isn't a thing to be waited for. It's a thing to be achieved. We must keep our face to the sunshine so we never see the shadow.
It's a feel-good quote right there, you know?
Yeah. Destiny isn't shit.
You should have you won, Voch. You won. Why would you even go back to it?
Yes, I read everything twice. Destiny isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. It isn't a thing to be waited for. It's a thing to be achieved. We must keep our face to the sunshine so that we never see a shadow. Hold this L, Lion sleep outside. Yeah, hold this L, y'all non-read motherfucker. Lion sleep outside, UNLV, Young Pimp, Young Goat, Young Lion. Thank you so much, Brother Marcus Hart, for bringing some type of class to my show. All right? This show is sponsored by Leapfrog. All right. Hey, man.
If you got kids, Leapfrog is essential.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Leapfrog. I don't know about that. Hey, man. Love y'all to pieces. Thank y'all for being here. No more volume 306 streams, but we will have Salt and Pepper Lounge either today or tomorrow. So just be around. Be around. Of course, just check for the feed. If you don't see the normal thumbnail that we normally do, then hey, you'll know it's not 306. I'm thinking about putting the thumbnail in black and white, Scott, so that motherfuckers can really know that we're doing Salt and Pepper Lounge. That'll be pretty fly. Anyway,
there you go. Content king, content king.
Thumbnail in black and white, Scott. Follow the volume on all of his pages. Go watch Shannon Sharp interview Cat Williams and shit.
That's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker at 40, like she's crazy. Shannon need a motherfucker raised, dog. Follow me at Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI, and follow Will Skywalker Steele. Tomorrow he's having Pat NOC Walker.
Yes, sir.
Pat NOC Walker to give us more Cowboy news. They do a lot of injury report stuff. They give insight on the upcoming game and things like that. They do fantastic work over there. A to Z Dallas in the morning on YouTube, 8:30 to 10:30 Central Time. I'll be tapped in there. I'll be in the chat box somewhere. All right. Y'all hold down for the Doski Walks and Peace Whiskey, man. Until next time. Volume. It better be.
Hey, that Brandon Cook celebration, dog.
Yeah.
That might be Hall of Fame, like celebrations, bro. Because he do the swag at the end too, be like, yeah, he got the swag with it.
Yeah.
Celebration right there, bro.
Hey man, when they did it in that hype video and that Carpe Omnia